Revenge films.
I'm Aileen. I've been with this newspaper for 2 years now after finishing college. I have a boyfriend, Hugo, who I met in college. He has a good appearance, but is often reckless. I'm the eldest of 4 sisters and naturally a caring person. I sometimes couldn't ignore what he did, and maybe I spoiled him a little. He came to rely on me when he got into trouble. When we were together for 4 years or so, I realized he had been cheating on me. I got a call from Maggie, who was a year younger than me and new from college. She wanted to meet me at a cafe.
Eileen, how have you been? I know it's sudden, but I have something to tell you. I stole your boyfriend.
I was astonished by this sudden confession, naturally.
So, did you know he was my boyfriend? And she goes, of course.
I asked her why she did that, and she said,
because I was jealous. You're not as pretty as I am, but had a cute boyfriend.
She answered nonchalantly without any sign of guilt. Maggie was always competitive with other women. When she was jealous of somebody, she was known to set her mind to making trouble or stealing someone from them, whether it was her friend or whoever. Naturally, she had no female friends, and I avoided her too. We were in the same department in college, so I tried to keep the relationship superficially. But I didn't have any contact with her after college. And she contacted me after some time to tell me this. It took some time for me to let it sink in. Without me asking, she started telling me the details of how they became an item. She first set her eyes on Hugo in college, and after he graduated, she found out where he got his job and would hang out in nearby cafes and restaurants hoping for a chance encounter. And one day, that happened. She seduced him, and he readily agreed to her wishes. They started dating, and recently Hugo told her,
I'm going to break up with Eileen.
And here she is. I stepped out of the cafe and called Hugo to tell him to meet me right here, right now. I added that I got a call from Maggie. He said,
I don't know what you mean.
So I said, do you want me to call her right now? Then,
I'm sorry. It was a mistake.
He admitted, and
I'm not going to see her again. Please, forgive me.
But at this point, I made up my mind to leave him. He was always careless with money, which was a big no-no to me. Maybe it was about time. I didn't have any regrets. He said sorry a few more times, but I made it clear that I was breaking up with him. I was lending him money almost every month while I was with him, but I kept the record of it, so I told him to refund them all. Not surprisingly, he tried to ignore it, so I told our mutual friends from college about it so he gets some pressure from them. And after 2 months, the money was refunded to me in full. After that, I was back to enjoying my life with work and private life. Then I got a call from Maggie again one day. She was in a good mood.
We're getting married!
I just said coldly, good for you.
We're having a grand wedding using our savings, so please come. It's for your ex-boyfriend and your college friend, so please bring 2 gifts.
That's what she said. I was skeptical because Hugo was careless with money, and he just paid back a large sum of money to me. There was no way he had savings for his upcoming wedding, but if I told her that, she would probably just say I'm jealous, so I didn't say anything. But I didn't get the wedding invitation for the next 2 months, and there was another call from her. I didn't answer it this time, and she showed up at my apartment. I opened the door, and she started rambling.
We are officially a married couple now. Hugo just filed for a marriage certificate for us, and it's legit now. I told the news to our friends, and they were all happy for us.
She bragged. I asked her, why didn't you go with him?
Hugo said it's raining, so he'll take care of it, so I can just wait at home. He's so kind.
She bragged again, but it sounded fishy to me, so I replied with a small dose of poison. Did he pay off all his debt?
What are you talking about?
Did he really have savings himself? How did you two manage the wedding expenses?
He told me he had savings. I handed him my savings the other day to pay for the venue. All that's left now is to send out the invitations.
So she wasn't suspicious at all. But how much did you give him from your savings?
20,000.
I knew at that moment that he was already gone. He had a debt with consumer finance in his college days that he hadn't paid back yet. It was about 20,000 when I told her that.
Are you saying he took my money? He would never do that to me.
Of course, she didn't listen, so I said, "You'll find out when he's back," and closed the door. She rang the doorbell a few more times and yelled behind the door.
You have to tell me more!
And I ignored it. 1 hour later, someone knocked on the door, so I reluctantly opened it to find her again, but now in panic mode.
He doesn't answer my calls!
So I said, I knew it.
Why didn't you tell me about his debt? I wouldn't hand my money to him if I knew.
Now she blamed it on me. You're the one who stole my boyfriend, remember? And she didn't say anything.
What will I do if he takes off like this?
That's not my problem. Don't come here again and don't call me. Then she yelled,
You bitch!
So I took out my phone and pretended to call the police, and she turned around and ran away. Later, another friend told me that Maggie found out their marriage certificate didn't exist in the system. It was confirmed that she was just used and she was squatting there crying. Hugo disappeared and Maggie had no choice but to tell her friends that the wedding was off. She lost all her savings and that made her frugal and was estranged from her friends. 6 months later, Hugo showed up at my work out of the blue to ask me,
Can you lend me some money?
I thought he paid back his debt with the money he took from Maggie. I was surprised by the fact that he already had debt again. I said, I have no money to lend you. Don't ever show your face again. And he walked away, clicking his tongue. Then he went back to Maggie, and believe it or not, they got back together again. But she had to support him and his debt. Soon after that, she changed her attitude to bully him and cursed at him. Every time they argued, Hugo left the house, but he had no one else to turn to but Maggie, so they repeatedly broke up and got back together. No matter how badly he was verbally abused by Maggie, they couldn't completely separate and continued their strange relationship. They didn't see their friends anymore and they were all alone. As for me, 2 years after breaking up with Hugo, I met someone and now we're living together. I never wanted to date someone careless with my money, but Hugo taught me a valuable life lesson. My current boyfriend is a smart, wise, and financially stable man. I can trust him. My friends from college were estranged from Hugo and Maggie, but we got together regularly without the two. They felt the same about the two, and without them, we saw each other more often. I'm glad I got rid of Hugo and Maggie from my life. I can only go out with the people I can trust now.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.